Oh man. What's happening with your peeps? We got a few people in the chat. Look at JB playing around in the chat. We are running a little bit late. Sorry for that. I know you guys were waiting on that notification to hit. It should be coming out now. I know we starting just a little bit late. But welcome. That's to week 14 of TeamBoydTV Live. And I'm your boy, Big Q. Got my homeboys with me. Got my boy to say just sports glass get with the sports. What's happening?
All good, all good. I think I'm refreshed now.
You think I'm feeling a lot better than I was last week too. So, you know.
I got to give what's up to my people out there, my fam right here, my brothers, JB, Big Q. Yeah. What's up? What's up?
What's happening? Look at the regular Shogun in the building. What's up, JB?
Hey! What up, Blast?
Yeah.
Kim, glad you're back on. Out from underneath the weather.
Yeah, feeling a whole lot better. Yeah.
My plugs always, always Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, all of the intranet.
Yes.
We here.
We got LBH. Is that a new one? I don't know.
What up?
What up? Oh, excuse me. LBH in the building. Aries Falcons is in the building. He said, "Congrats, JB."
Hey. Thank you.
See, look, I haven't seen Aries Falcons in a couple weeks.
Whoa. Hold tight. Yeah. Wait up damn minute here now. Look, that's what I'm talking about. Aries shows up, give me some props. That's how you got to do it.
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 Say props to you, Aries, man.
He said they play like shit. Broncos Fanatics in the building. What's going on, homie? What's happening?
BF, what's up, bro?
Man, so look, we had an interesting one last week, fellas. We had an interesting last week. I guess we can start at the top. We'll get into the Saints Cowboys. Saints Cowboys in a minute. But we got to talk about the serious stuff first. LBH says Ravens breathing new life. Hey, there you go. Glass, I know you wanted to talk about it earlier this week. We couldn't get an emergency broadcast together fast enough for you to talk about your boy, which I think that's a crying shame. Go ahead and set this one up, Glass.
Why he gotta be my boy? He played on a team that I can't stand. But anyway, it's all good. We all know what's going on in the situation. Situation jumped off in February at a hotel room that he was at in Ohio. Stuff jumped off. NFL got wind of it. Asked him, well, what's the deal with the situation? He said, oh, it wasn't me. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't there. Come to find out of all this, what gets me. The NFL have all these resources, supposedly FBI agents and all this stuff to do all these checkups and investigations. How the hell TMZ Sports get all the videos before NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB? I don't know, but anyway, TMZ came out Friday with the video of what jumped off at this hotel. Where it looks like he kicked the girl out the room. She's 19 years old. He kicked the girl out the room. She had some things to say, called him the N-word many a times. He come out there and say, what the F? The commotion jumped off. Supposedly, he pushed his boy into the girl. She slammed to the wall. She all dazed. It looked like they was all drunk. Then, instead of leaving him well enough alone, he had to go over there and give her a little offside kick.
Yeah.
NFL team found out. No, actually, the NFL found out, put him on commissioner exempt list. Team found out. I said, oh, the hell with the exempt list. Release him. That's where we are today.
Wow. So, to set it up, first of all, like after I saw the video footage, the first thing I thought was, okay, this dude is dumb, right? And his boys are even trying to tell him, hey, look, bro, you need to chill. You need to chill. and he was still acting up. But is this as egregious as some of the other stuff we saw in the past? Do you think that that some NFL team will probably be able to move past this? Looking, just judging at the footage, you know, and it was graphic, but not as bad as some of the other stuff we've seen in the past. And do you think people are overreacting right now? What you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as what the supposed no exception to the rule of domestic violence, then it's not an overreaction. Mm-hmm. But if you're gonna start letting a few go and judging it by, you know, the content or the severity, then it's BS. So he'll be playing again, definitely. I mean, they ain't even went through the whole solid resolve of Reuben Foster situation. He on the team, he on the field.
Right.
So, I mean, is it lip service? Is it reactionary, or are they really standing on this domestic violence things? And right now, you know, it look bad for the league.
I don't see, because I get Kansas City reacting because they got sold a bit because he lied to them, you know. So I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand where they're coming from. I won't blame him for doing that. So yes, we'll hold it over his head, right? But man, though, like, really, is it really the NFL to really be policing domestic violence, or should this be dealt with by the police? Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if me and Vernon got into something, right? I don't think people are gonna walk up to Samsung and be like, let's get him out of the building. He's done. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see how it worked the same way for.
Well, you don't work in a place of influence like that. I mean,
I guess not. I mean, because that is his job, right? It's the same thing, right? But I just don't know if an everyday person will get fired from the job from getting in trouble like this. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I have to counter that by saying the Me Too stuff has not been proven in the court of law, but these women had these allegations.
Yeah.
And the man or the person, you know, that's been these things is against, they lose everything. So, right. And to answer your question, Glass, about how TMZ get the video, money talk, bro. I'm not gonna just agree to give the NFL, you know, the tape. Right. It ain't gonna be nothing. Nah, right. I'm gonna give it to TMZ. TMZ, you do your thing, right. And I get paid.
Right. But you know, it's a shame how lessons are not being learned, man. When a girl, everybody young, everybody drunk. Believe me, I got 2 daughters. I tell them all the time, you know, don't let a guy sit there and hit you and stuff like that. But then again, don't sit there and poke the tiger, right? Just because you mad and you get what you expect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You said to me, and I know I got a lot. Hopefully, the women out there won't stop watching the show. But I'm gonna tell you,
right? Yeah.
All right. He kicked it out the room. I don't care who misbehaved, who acted ignorant. She kept coming back. If you ever look at the video, number one, she slapped him first.
Right.
She kept coming back. She kept calling him the N-word. What did you expect was going to happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm not condoning violence. But then again, in certain situations, when everybody drunk or people acting belligerent, this stuff can happen. Now, I think JB said it. No, I'm sorry. Big Q said that. Chiefs had to do what they had to do. Yeah. I understand what the situation was. Is he toxic? He's toxic right now. When he come back, whoever team pick him up, he gonna serve damn near more. I mean,
because if you look at the position that the Chiefs were in, that's why I was surprised that they moved so quickly. Because and I'm just gonna throw this out there, Glass, and people in the audience, y'all can disagree with me if you want, but if this is the New England Patriots or Dallas Cowboys, right? And they were in a position that the Chiefs are in right now with the playoff run that they got going on right now, and you know, and the you know, the whole thing with the new quarterback and the way they've been performing overall, I don't think they would have. I think they would have punished them a different way. I don't think they would have let them go. I really don't think they would have done that. I think
they probably would have found a way to make all that stuff happen in the off season.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know damn well the Cowboys had to let him go.
Yeah,
they got a lot of history over there. Just your boy Greg Hardy.
Oh yeah,
you know yeah. Well, Kansas City do too with the Belcher fella. So that. But I do want to say this though: with people on that level, anybody that's got something to lose, and you got all the wrong people around you, this kind of stuff happen. You know, though. You know, there had to be somebody in that group or that.
No, I don't think. I think the way they doing this, he probably gonna be shut down for a while. But I mean, with a dude with that much talent, though, I feel bad for the Chiefs right now, though, because like, you know, it was like almost like last year they were in a position to make a deep run in the playoffs. Weird stuff happened at the end of the season. Same thing this year. Like, I mean, even though they did play pretty good, without him last week. But I don't know. It's just it's just one of them things, man. So we move on, right?
Well, hold on. I want to say this too. If you're out there playing running back, stay away from number 27. It's bad luck. That's 3 in a row.
Is it really?
3 in a row.
Good point.
Stay away from 27, bro.
Yeah.
As a running back.
Yes. You know what I mean? So we move on to the other one, man. And this one been brewing for quite a while. And you know what? I've been calling this for since pretty much mid-season. Something bad was getting ready to happen in Green Bay, and I knew it. I felt it. I felt like, you know, Aaron Rodgers. Like normally, I'm okay with Aaron Rodgers being a little coy and a little slick and a little cocky and a little, you know, sarcastic or whatever. But man, like the stuff he's been doing this season, been the slick stuff he's been saying and the way he's been looking. Look, I knew he was plotting and scheming on something. So anyway, they end up losing to the who they end up losing to?
Arizona Cardinals.
They lose to the Cardinals on a bad field goal kick. Next thing you know, head coach 13 years, Super Bowl winning champion Mike McCarthy sent packing. JB, how you feel about this one?
Man, it's sad for me to say this, but I've lost a whole lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. Because this thing just didn't start with the McCarthy situation. You know, up there in the Green Bay tradition, you know, stuff got longevity. You know, that's why they held on the fire for so long. McCarthy's been there. The stadium hadn't changed much. The way they got it set up with the fans, got paw ownership just for the team. That stuff's been long-standing, just back from the Vince Lombardi days. So for me, no respect for Rodgers since the whole Brent Favre saga with him. Yeah. And then Jordy got traded. And that's when I felt like they relationship fractured with him and McCarthy. Yeah, when Jordy got shipped out and he tried to bring Dez Bryant in, it wasn't right ever since. But I'm still wondering if 12 was running things, he had to run that by Clay Matthews if they was going to lay down to get him out, which in turns make me lose respect for Matthews as well because he had to know.
Well, you know, I think him and Matthews been in cahoots for quite a while. There's been some stuff going on with that, even with the double standard when it comes to the stuff that Clay Matthews, he was getting in trouble for.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like it's just been there's been some weird stuff going on in Green Bay Glass, and I don't know. I feel like this is one of them same situations, like kind of like what happened in New York a couple years ago, where the coaches don't really warrant. Like I don't think. Okay, this ain't no John Gruden type of performance or no Hugh Jackson type of performance or nothing like that. The Green Bay Packers, you know, they kind of go through Aaron Rodgers, right? Like the coach really ain't got much to say about it, right? And I don't know, man. I feel like, you know, they pulled the trigger on him, and I don't think it was warranted. I don't think he did anything to warrant losing his job.
You can't do that to a guy that's a staple in that tradition for that franchise to fire him before the season ends.
I think that's where I had a problem. I think everybody knew the writing was on the wall by him losing the job, but to do it so soon, what we're in week 13, you couldn't wait to the end of the season to do so.
Right.
That was messed up in the first place. Number two, I seen this morning, I think it was on First Take. They were talking about the situation, and they was asking the question, was Aaron Rodgers culpable of McCarthy getting fired? I ain't saying he ain't 100, but he got something to do with that situation. If you ever see him going over to the sideline to talk to McCarthy, he never looks at him.
Nope.
He always look down at the ground, looking off him, something like that. So you could tell they have a little beef between them. But like they were saying this morning, if Aaron Rodgers is going to change the plays every time he out there, just like they said, it better damn work.
And it didn't work. They didn't work.
So let's explore this for a minute. I'm looking at the comment section, right? And Diego Barishka was saying McCarthy was getting because they didn't make the playoffs. I want to discuss that here in a second. He said every year this team underachieved, no creativity on offense anymore. They did him a favor firing him this early. So let's talk about that for a minute, right?
First it is a mercy killing. Okay?
Right?
I'm sure McCarthy was definitely tired to answer these questions about
Absolutely.
And he's still getting paid.
What's this? This was only going to be like the second year that they didn't make the playoffs 3 years ago?
2 years in a row. Well, this is the second year in a row.
It's only been the second year in a row. Think about teams who ain't seen the playoffs in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Think about stuff like that. And you know, and in credit, the dude got a Super Bowl in this belt, even though it didn't happen. It happened a long time ago. But he still got that he can lean on, right? You know, he says no creativity on offense. Well, how much creative can you be when you call him the plays into the quarterback and he going rogue on the field, JB? Like, what can you do about that?
Man, I'm gonna have to retract. respect for 12 because I forgot about Ty Montgomery and Clint Dix was out all of a sudden too. So this may have been, that might have been sour grapes. And I really do feel like Aaron Rodgers, care about his teammates. But then I remember the Greg Jennings situation too. So I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I'm glad it's Green Bay instead of my team.
Well, I am too, but I don't know. Again, I don't think that was. I don't know. That one just seemed a little knee jerk to me, but I know it's a situation that they need to take care of up there because you do got all these burgeoning little coaches out there. We see the Belichick tree. They leaves want to start sprinkling out everywhere. It's talking about Harbaugh coming back to the NFL. It's a lot of talk about that. Let's talk about the other Harbaugh happened. Thinking about seeing some greener pastures. There's a lot of stuff going on. So maybe that's why they said, listen, let's do it now, right? Instead of waiting when the competition heat up in 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Why could you? Yeah, but why could you? No, I ain't agreeing with that, man. Yeah. Number one, before we move on, Aaron Rodgers, let me say, he's culpable, but he ain't 100% culpable. Yeah. Like you said, the team, they getting rid of players. His weapons are diminishing. What you expect for him to do? And number two, they just got through paying him a boatload of money. So damn well he ain't going to be leaving.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know.
I don't like it. It all stinks to high hell, to be honest with you.
It does. So my beloved Carolina Panthers lose the 4th game in a row. And here's the thing, right? So a little bit of controversy going on there. So we made some moves. Ron Rivera decided he wanted to get a little bit more involved in the defensive play calling. Made some moves on the staff. A couple dudes got he had to show them the door. This kind of stuff right here. I look. The first thing I want to say is this. I read a lot of social media, and I've been reading a lot of the little weird little blogs that pop up. And and Panther people tend to be really fickle when it comes to certain things. Like they call for coaches' jobs so much. So I remember just a few years ago, everybody wanted to fire Shula, right? What are those people at now? What are the people at now? Like when under Shula we was winning division titles and going 15-1 and all this kind of stuff. The defense have never looked as poor as they do right now, Glass, under the last 3 coordinators that we done had. And I just don't understand what's going on right now, JB. Now, when you see this, because I feel like Cam in the offense, and Glass, you can say what you will about the Carolina Panthers offense, I think this is a nice squad they got going on. I think they play. Cam had a bad game last week, no doubt. But the defense is just, it's non-existent, man. It's not there. And they can't win like that.
I'll tell you this. The Panthers got their problems, and they got some new ones after Sunday because, you lost some guys to injury. But I do understand that the Panther fan base is very reactionary. Yeah. I live in Panther country, so I see it. When the 3-game winning streak was going on, everybody was high, and Rivera was safe, and everything was great. These losses now, most of the Panther fan base, even the beat writers and some of the media in this area, they turned their back. Yeah. So, that's what happens when you got a young franchise, though. Your fans ain't really bought in yet.
And as much as they claim that they are, I don't know, Glass. I just feel like, those 3 guys who went and got head coaching jobs, Wilkes and who's the guy in Buffalo, those guys who left or whatever, right? The defense is suffering right now. Like I feel like that's Carolina's main issue right now, and Ron Rivera made some moves in that area to try to rectify that situation by inserting himself into that whole situation. But I feel like if the Carolina Panthers defense don't come together, I'm talking about like in the next couple of days, the playoff hopes are pretty much. Look, we got 3 games left, right? Mm-hmm. And we got 3 of the hardest stretch of the schedule coming up with the playoffs on the line, right? It's 6-6, same as Philadelphia, and we a game and a half back behind some other people. It's real tight right there for that wild card. We ain't even talking about a regular old, good seed. We're talking about climbing and hanging it on for the 5 or the 6 seed. And it don't look good. Not with these 3 games coming up, Glass.
I know, I agree. You know what? It's just fruition. every time somebody make it to the Super Bowl, other teams pick off that tree.
Yep.
You get their coordinators, make them head coaches and everything. That's all that happened. Y'all went 15-1 that year. Y'all make it to the Super Bowl. Of course, that's gonna happen. I know. I'm sure Ryan wanted to keep his coordinators and whatnot, but it is what it is. People they want to aspire to be head coaches too.
Yeah,
you can't hold on to them. That being said, you guys are getting quite old and long in the tooth on defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't care how you move stuff
just
around.
up front, but not.
I ain't gonna say all of it, but the core pieces are getting long in the tooth. Then you got what's your linebacker name? I can't remember.
Oh, Davis.
Davis.
Now, he's long too. No, the other one. Kuechly, right? Yeah. You got to deal with them situation with his concussion situation. So you haven't had any this year that we know of, but there's a lot of things that jump up. Then then you let Josh.
Oh, really? We're gonna do that? We're gonna do the Josh Norman thing?
Josh Norman fit it. Josh Norman is not. Wait, no. Josh Norman, he needed that system because you can tell he ain't doing too well over there in Washington, but he fit that system.
Yeah.
Y'all refused to pay him, but there's a lot of nicks and crannies during the last 3 to 4 years where it's diminishing. Now you guys start off as gangbusters. What happened?
I don't think it was defense. I don't know. I think the Panthers were playing ahead of a lot of people, and they comfortable when they playing ahead. When they got a scratch and claw from behind, this ain't the squad you want to get behind. Panthers got FSU. You're right. 4 games left. He said 8-8 will get the 6th seed in the NFC. I don't know.
Y'all still scrapping though. We just got through talking with the Eagles, the Cowboys. Who else we got up here?
Yeah, the Vikings.
Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be a scrap.
Yeah, it's gonna be a scrap, man. And I mean, you got them. I'm telling you, got them 2 Saints games and that Falcons game wedged in the middle right there. That's a rough 3 weeks. I think.
Who you got left?
I don't know who we got this week. Forget. But I know we got next week. It's Saints, Falcons, Saints. To finish the season out. I forget who we got straight up this week. But man, it's rough. So I think Philadelphia may have an easier road than what Carolina got right now. But something gonna have to change if they gonna make the playoffs. Something gonna have to happen. But we've seen things, JB. We've seen things happen.
You ought to be able to win this week, bro.
Yeah, we ought to. Yeah,
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
and Cleveland.
Yeah,
now, that may be a tough game without some of your viable weapons like Greg Olsen and such. But should be able to beat Cleveland.
I don't know. I feel good with the tight end. Back up. I think he played earlier this season. He did good. I feel good about that. I think that's going to be okay. It's just, we got to get one of them Saints games, and we have to, under no circumstances, lose to the Falcons. The Falcons have to be beat. Like we got to get one of them Saints games, and we got to beat the Falcons. That's only room for errors. We can lose to the Saints once. That's about it. That's about all we can do, right? But we've seen things. Like I said, we've seen things. Dallas, they were at home, class. They invited the Saints, the juggernaut, down there to Jerry World. I was expecting the Saints to come into town and show them boys how to do some hometown Louisiana cooking, and was gonna cook them boys up and serve them for dinner, but it didn't go that way, JB. And first of all, I was surprised by the Dallas defense, and when some of the young boys coming off that defense, man, like they look good, but I ain't ready to crown Dallas by no stretch of the imagination, right? But they are peaking at the right time. That defense is coming on at the right time. Zeke and Dak are not turning the ball over. Cooper is fitting into that offense pretty nicely. What you think, JB? What you think about Dallas Cowboys right now?
I saw a lot of things in that game that was not right, but I'm not going to diminish their win. It was a big win at home for Dallas. Congrats. I'm not going to diminish their win. No way. Yeah. But, I mean, for those who watched that game, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was surprising to me, Glass. It was surprising to me. I fell asleep through the mid. I didn't get to see the half of the second and third quarters. I saw, most of the first and fourth quarters, but I was surprised. I was expecting at least 38-17. I was expecting the Saints to put up, especially on that track in Dallas. I thought just gonna be pure speed, pure aerial attack. That Dallas defense shut that down, man. They were barely able to scrap together 10 points. So that made me feel good. That made me feel good about, but then it also got me measuring my defense against Dallas's right now. And I don't know who's better right now. I think Dallas might have us right now. I don't know what you think.
Right, Dallas is legit. The defense is legit. What they did what they had to do. They smashed them in the mouth early and just kept pressure on them. I gotta give that Dallas. I didn't expect none of this. I just said it's gonna be a blowout. Mess up all my pools and whatnot. Yeah. But Dallas defense legit. Now, with that being said, are we really gonna put all our energy and stuff into Dak Prescott? No shot, no disrespect to Dak Prescott, but you only won by 3 points. Yeah. Ain't like you contributed. Secondly, gotta give credit to the Cowboys. They did the right thing when they picked up Amari Cooper. Yeah, that changed a whole lot of things on that offense. So we'll just out of 5 series, would the Cowboys win against the Saints? No. But they won when they were supposed to win. And that was last Sunday. Last Thursday. Now I have to agree. I watched a little of the game, took me a little nap, and woke up thinking things were gonna change. Things did change. So, like JB said, kudos to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I look. I give them all the props in the world. I still don't think they got enough offense to sustain, especially if we talk about them going to the playoffs. We talk about Dallas in the playoff environment. I can't put no money on Dallas. Like I can't do it. What is it?
We still got
not with the Rams. Not with the Rams around, and not if they have to run up against some Saints again, particularly in the Georgia. I mean, in the Superdome in Louisiana. I think it'll be a different story.
Oh, well, they got to answer to a team in house. The Eagles are on the up.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
So that they just got some fools go. No, like I said, I wasn't going to diminish their win. I'm gonna let it be.
So let's go to the comment section real quick. Pelicans guy at FSU says, the Seattle will get the 5th seed. Diego says y'all gonna have to fight because Seattle has a favorable schedule. Exactly. Right. Yeah, Pelicans guy says Vikings look to have some L's left on their schedule. That is the real threat. Panthers have the tiebreaker against Cowboys and Eagles if it comes down to that. Pelicans guy says Panthers need to win 3 out of 4 to make it 2-2. I don't think we'll cut it. I agree with you. I think they got to win them all. I think they can possibly lose one of those games against the Saints and still be in good condition with a little bit of help for some other people. But 2-2 ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Josh says Cowboys are vulnerable, but able to take down good teams. I don't know. I think that the offense is still a little bit suspect. I think they finally get it together though, and I think they realize they don't have to take as many chances with Dak throwing the ball. I mean, you can always check it down. You can always hand it off, and then when you get a big play, you got Cooper out there, right? So it seemed to work out pretty good. Defense is on fire right now. They're doing good. Just don't like him in the playoffs, JB. I just think.
I don't like them in the regular season. I just think I
don't know. I don't know. They had to show me. They had to show me because when the last time they won a playoff game? It was it a couple seasons ago under that was it Dak's
13?
Rookie season?
Yeah, exactly.
Dak's rookie season, right? So, but the NFC done got so much better since then. You know what I mean? Right. And I mean, I'm telling you, put up against the Rams, it's game over. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know what? We still, like I said, the Cowboys don't need to look long term. They got to look what they have to do in the division. The NFC East is a toss up. That's what we said last week. If the Cowboys lost this game and everything else fell into play like it did, it would be a 3-way tie.
Guess what? Guess what they playing Sunday at 4:30?
Who that? Not the Giants. Oh, they playing the Eagles, right? Eagles. I hope the Giants ain't on their schedule either.
And the game is in Jerry World, but the Eagles gonna go in there and do it. And then that's all this playoff nonsense. And kudos to the Cowboys. Right. The goal will be proven to be fool's goal because that's what I saw.
Yeah.
But anyway, for this week, hey, good job.
Right.
Marcus Lawrence, all those cornerbacks, they start playing Stella all of a sudden out of nowhere. You're right.
The LBH is posing a question that I think is kind of telling of the temperature in Panther Nation right now, right? He says, do we really want to go to the playoffs just to lose? I mean, honestly, if the Panthers get in, let's just say they get in there, right? In the state that the Panthers are in right now. What kind of chance you give them, Glass? I don't really give them that much of a chance. I mean, like, not against. As a matter of fact, let me see here. Let me see. As a matter of fact, what we dealing with here? We got the Rams, the Saints, the Vikings, the Bears. Maybe the Seahawks, but I don't think they'll be around. In Dallas, I don't think Dallas is gonna be around either. I just think that's gonna change by the time we get to it. But since we're rolling into that subject, let's go ahead and talk about the playoff picture since we didn't get a chance to look at it last week. We got a little bit of movement, right, on the AFC side of things. Here's Kansas City is holding down that #1 spot. We got the Boston or the Patriots in #2. We have the Texans at 3, Steelers at 4. We got the Bolts in there at 5, and JB's Ravens are holding on at 6. I think I don't think. Look, JB, I think y'all gonna hang in there this year. I don't think we got to worry about Buffalo kicking y'all out this time. What you think?
It wasn't Buffalo, by the way. We lost to the Bengals to let Buffalo in.
Right, Buffalo in, right? Yeah.
You know what? I mean, right now, until Sunday, I won't speak on that. We don't speak that word around here until it's real.
Yeah.
But I got bigger aspirations for the team just based on what our division leader is going through right now. Only up by half game because they lost.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what?
It's looking real promising. I'll say that.
The Steelers still got to deal with the fact that they tied. Did they tie with the Browns early this season? They tied with the Browns early this season. That's only. Yes. I mean, Glass. I think we said it early because I think it was like in the first. Was it the first week? The second week?
First week.
We said that's gonna come back and haunt them. That's gonna come back and haunt them, and that's probably why they don't got a bye week right now. You know, but we'll see as we get these last couple games.
Well, the rule is nobody with that tie on their record goes nowhere.
Right.
That's facts. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. Panthers got FSU says, I think if Panthers actually make the playoffs, pressure will subside and they might go off. I mean, that's always a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
You beat the Saints, everybody's job safe. Just one of those games, everybody's job safe. You hit them one time, especially at BOA, all that. Yeah. That's the only game y'all win. If you beat the Saints and Bank of America, all the talk, people getting fired and team restructuring, it'll be over.
Right, absolutely. So Glass, listen, you got the Texans, and I think they on a 9-10 game winning streak or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They holding that at 3 seed, and obviously they sitting above the Steelers right now, which I think they pretty much. I mean, I don't know who's the next in line. I think is it the Colts with 7 or 6? What's the Colts record right now? I don't know. But I think the Texans are far ahead of everybody else in the division, though, right?
Oh yeah.
They got a 3-game lead. Colts is 6-6, Tennessee 6-6, and we don't want to talk about Jacksonville. So.
Right.
But they got to keep that eye on the Colts, though. Don't let's not sort of change the Colts. They had a little win streak going on themselves.
They do, and which is good. But I don't think enough games left for them to catch up. I mean, something catastrophic got to happen in Houston in order for something like that to happen. But then look at your boys. They don't represent your division as the Bolts in there, right?
Yep.
And how far? Now Denver had a couple, nice weeks, but how far back are they?
Oh well, let's not forget the Chiefs. They got the #1 spot.
Oh yeah, Chiefs, right? Yeah. Forget about them. Forget about my homeboy. Yeah, but the Bolts in there, they hanging in there. They in there though. Yeah. They doing their thing. So that's a good look right there. And I guess really the only threat to them is going to be Denver, but Denver is still like 2 games back from them, right?
Yeah, but we got a nice little win streak. Don't be diminishing with my team.
I'm not doing that. All right, man. I like competition.
We're making a roll.
I like competition. You know what I'm saying? So look, we got the Rams. Of course, they ain't moving nowhere. They got the best record in the NFL right now. By 1 game over the Saints and Chiefs. So we got the Saints in 2 seed. We got the Bears at 3. Dallas sitting at 4. We got the Seahawks at 5. That's the spot that my Carolina Panthers want right there. And then of course you got the Vikes at 6, right? So the Vikes could look, because the Vikes right there is only a half game ahead of Carolina. Seahawks are 1 game. Seahawks and Cowboys are 1 game ahead of the Panthers. So listen, and the Eagles, so the Eagles are 6-6 as well, right?
Yes.
So listen, class. The bet stands as, what was the bet? The bet was if the Panthers make it and the Eagles don't,
right?
You get the
Don the Carolina Blue.
Absolutely. And if the Eagles make it and the Panthers don't,
I get a 10-pack.
You get your Padron 3000s, right?
Let it be known.
Right. Right. Okay, so it says Broncos Fanatic says Ravens or Steelers, one of those teams got to fall. Why? Because they so far apart. How they kind of apart from each other, right?
Nah, half game, brother.
Is that right? Let me look at that again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, cool. And he says, Pelicans got it. He says 3 and out, 3 and out. Second half, I was like, I like what I saw. I know this offense can go off. LB says facts. That Panthers got Cam's arm is questionable too. Yeah, he is. I think Cam got an injury that he ain't telling nobody about. I do. I think
it came in. I forget what game it was, but one guy took a shot right in that shoulder.
Yeah,
I think it was the Steeler game that happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was T.J. Watt. They got him.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Just like my man had brought up earlier, though, I'm thinking about so much just trying to get to the playoffs, but then I don't want to get to the playoffs and get murked, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even worse.
The goal got to be realistic first, man.
Right.
Finish the season above 500. You can think about playoffs if you can kind of get 2 games above 500 with 4 to go, and then you can start maybe think about playoffs, maybe what the situation is, whatever, or help, or where you got to go play it, because you definitely won't be playing at home.
So let me get this straight. So Washington and Philly got the same record, which is 1 game behind Dallas, right?
Yes, correct.
Right?
Correct.
So that division is still up for grabs.
Wait. Did you listen to what I just said about 5 minutes ago?
I'll never listen to what you say. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you are correct. You are correct.
But I'm about to listen to these games you get ready to set up. I'm about to listen to that now.
Are we ready right now?
Yeah, we're ready right now. Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right, man. First up, we have, let me put it up here, the Thursday night game. It ain't too much big of a matchup. It's an AFC South matchup between the 4-8 Jacksonville Jaguars going up to Nissan Stadium to play the 6-6 Tennessee Titans. Tennessee still in the run now.
Tennessee still in the running, but do we have any kind of playoff? Ain't no playoff. Ain't nothing going on in that game. There's no playoff.
Well, I think the Jags will be mathematically eliminated if they lose.
Yeah, well, because that'll put them at 4-9.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, how far the mighty have fallen in Jacksonville, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Talking about last year's Super Bowl contenders. Legit Super Bowl contenders. This year, man.
There's a couple teams around the league, if they lose Sunday, they'll be mathematically out.
Yeah, like Cardinals.
Out.
I think the Cardinals are ready to get swept up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bills are about ready to get swept up. Bengals are treading real close to it. And I hate to say it, Aries Falcons, but them Falcons.
And them Falcons, boy, they come to scoop them up in a minute.
Right. They already done. They only won what? I think if the Green Bay lose, Falcons lose, Jacksonville lose, and the Browns, obviously, if they lose, they're done. I think they're already mathematically done, though.
Oh yeah.
And with the tie, that hurt even worse. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. What are the Colts playing for right now, though, Glass? They playing? Oh no, not the Colts. You said it's the Titans and Jags, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the Titans got a shot. The Jags,
but they Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know what team you gonna beat.
Right.
They beat the big teams, but they didn't get slaughtered by the mediocre team.
So what are they playing at?
Nissan Stadium, Tennessee.
They're playing in Tennessee. I like Tennessee at home.
Okay.
They are like a real kind of like streaky, kind of flashy kind of team. Like when they own, they play well. Like when their defense is on, they can hold somebody to some low scoring games and whatnot. It's just, man, I don't even know what team I'm gonna get when they line up. But I like them better at home. I just lost all faith in Jacksonville, JB. I ain't got nothing for JB. I mean nothing for Jacksonville.
Yeah, me either. But you do realize if the Titans win, it'll be a 2-season sweep. Back-to-back seasons of being swept. I hadn't seen that. I'm sure it happened somewhere. I think it happened in your divisions, Q. A team swept Division 4 twice or 3 times. I don't see it. I think that for business, it would be wise that Jacksonville will have something to play for still. Besides, with 3 games left, you want to still have some hope of playing for something, because they could basically go on vacation if they lose Sunday. With 3 games to go.
Absolutely.
I don't see it happening. I mean, I think Tennessee is a better team than Jacksonville has shown.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to win this one, though.
And maybe this is what Jacksonville needed this season, Glass, because your boy got used to running off at the trap, and he done been humbled twice this season. Your boy Jalen Ramsey, right? And I like Jalen Ramsey, I do, but Lord have mercy, like things ain't been lining up his way this season at all.
Well, it was gonna line up his way because he had Bortles as his quarterback.
Right.
With that being said, at least Titans have a quarterback in Mariota. I'm not. Yeah, Jacksonville won last week, but wasn't the prettiest win because they only scored 6 points.
Right.
So that, with that being said, I can't see them going into Nissan Stadium to come up out of there with a win, no matter how well the defense plays. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the win to the Titans.
Yeah, so we all like the Titans. Good. That's good stuff.
I like the Titans, but I'm still picking the Jags.
Oh, you picking the Jags?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then they just have a 6-0 win over the Colts.
Yes.
Okay, the Colts been flying high. I think Andrew Luck hadn't been sacked, hadn't threw an interception.
Right.
All of it ended last Sunday.
Yeah.
But like I said, I agree with what you're saying, but they only scored 6 points. It ain't like the offense helped them out.
Right.
They stopped their offense.
And Tennessee defense is pretty legit too.
Yes, it is. It is.
You know. So, all right, man. Next up, we got the 11-1 Los Angeles Rams coming here to the cold ass Soldier Field to play the 8-4 Chicago Bears.
Wow. Look. I think the Rams might be a little bit exposed right here, JB. You know, you got to be careful with this one. You got to be careful. Is Mitch back in the lineup?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm about. Like
I think I seen it this morning. I think he's still out. I think.
Look, this would have been perfect though, because you know they used to playing out there in the sun and the warm and it's nice, and now they coming to the frigid temperatures of Chi-Town. It would have been a perfect time to catch them slipping. You know what I mean? Right. But I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna throw up a whole bunch of points like they normally do. But I like the Rams in this one over only because I think if they had their quarterback in there, they would have had a better shot. Right. You know, so
JB,
I'm taking the Bears.
Oh, my man. Okay. All right, cool.
I mean, and look, nobody saw the Saints getting beat either. That game was prime for them to take.
But we're talking about a backup quarterback, though.
It don't matter. They played. The Saints didn't even look like themselves that game. On no level, and in either phase of the game. I'm taking the Bears. This gonna set the whole town on fire. Glad you go to y'all about to go to another level.
They better go to another level.
I hope so. Yeah. Now, this is how I was strategizing this real quick because I sat there and thought about this game. Now, the Rams already clinched their playoff spot, right?
Correct.
So I was thinking maybe they start resting players.
Yeah,
that slide up in there. But then again, they don't really have a lock on the home field advantage. So they still have something to play for.
That's right.
That being said, like I said, Rams, I want to see you guys play in the cold weather because it's going to be cold as hell. It's definitely under freezing. We got the number one defense in the Bears. So if it wasn't for Trubisky being out, I think he's still out.
Yeah,
I would give them more of a chance, but I'm still gonna give my Bears.
Is it McCown? Is it McCown?
No, they got
McCoy. No, is it who? No, is it McCown or McCoy?
No. They got Chase Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels. That's right. Okay, McCoy was in Washington. He got hurt, and they had to bring in.
They brought in a weak ass Mark Sanchez.
That's right.
They got 3 more games to play, 2 more NFC games that they can. That's gonna be a no contest. They ain't gotta travel cross country to get those to solidify the number 1 seed. They ain't worrying about Chicago. They don't want that game. They don't want to get hurt. They ain't risking nothing. Not against that team.
I mean, honestly, you're right, but I don't think McVay gonna go up there and lay down either.
They ain't gonna lay down.
No, they're not gonna lay down. But
as soon as something happened to an offensive guy or a lineman or somebody on special teams, they're gonna pull a plug.
And look, they still got the Saints breathing down their neck, so they really look. If they really want to keep they standing, they got to go in there and play. I mean,
they got 2 more NFC games to go to sew that up, and the Saints can't catch them because they're at 11.
Well, I'm just saying, they
had 12, ain't they?
No, the Rams at 11, and the Saints at 10,
and the Saints are at 10-2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, they ain't worried about New Orleans.
I don't know.
Okay.
Nah.
So Big Q don't want to pick the Rams, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next up, this is the battle everybody wait for it here. NFC East, we got the 6-6 Philadelphia Eagles going up to AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World, to play the Dallas Cowboys at 7-5.
Right, and watch this, JB. Now this is what's gonna make Dallas Cowboy Nation really upset. Right, this is what's really gonna make them mad. Look, sure, I think the victory over the Saints is probably a big one, but you also got the Super Bowl defending champions coming into the building as well. But man, I think that the Eagles gonna show them what time it is, right? Because This ain't a odd matchup like last week was. The whole city of Dallas was pumped up, ready for the Saints to come in there. They had a lot of momentum going into that game. But I think, Philly got a little bit of momentum going, and look, as much as I done trashed Philadelphia over the last couple of weeks, look, they coming down to the stretch and they realize that, hey, look, we the defending Super Bowl champions, and look, we ain't even in the playoffs right now. We got to get it together. You know what I mean? So I like Philly's attitude right now, and I'm going with Philly to go in there and shut all this nonsense Cowboy stuff down.
I cannot believe.
And let's put the world back in the way it's supposed to be. Just get off this Cowboys crap.
I think there's no better team and a place to go to take back what's yours from that team that's pretty much, in my opinion, counterfeit, that showed that fool's gold last week.
Yeah.
So what better? It wouldn't have been as glorious if the Giants had to do it or the Washington had to do it. The defending NFC South, or as the NFC East champs, and go in there and take back what's theirs in that building against that team.
I like it.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I like it too.
They probably prefer it this way.
Right. Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, think about it, Glass. They now with 4 games left, realizing we're on the outside looking in, but we the champs. Like, why are we on the outside looking in right now?
And we're right there.
Right.
Really, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I agree with both of y'all. I think I agree. They looked at it as like, okay, wait a minute, we still got a chance. Number one, we just won it all last year. We're gonna sit here and go out like punks.
Right.
They got everything together. Like I said, kudos to the Cowboys because we didn't see that win last year. But I just want to see if they just shut their load on that one right there.
Yeah.
And I think the Eagles going in there. You putting up Carson Wentz up against Dak Prescott. Yeah. I'm going with Carson Wentz all day. So I'm agree with with both of y'all.
All of us,
Eagles.
Okay. Hey, look though, if the Eagles needed one more NFC win more so than Dallas, and they was playing Tampa Bay, the Eagles would lose their game.
Yeah,
but since it's Dallas, they gonna go in there and take
absolutely. So Diego said Cowboys playing good right now, but I just know at some point they're gonna do what they always do.
Correct.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Seahawks Benzino was in the building. What's going on, homie? Yoba was sitting pretty right now. Look, the Seahawks, they scratching and clawing. I got a feeling, Brazino, they ain't gonna make it though. I'm just saying, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, last game on the dock is the Monday night game, and Benzino jumped in right on time. We got the Minnesota Vikings at 6-5-1, going up to CenturyLink Field to play the 7-5 Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. So this is they going up to CenturyLink.
Mm-hmm.
See, and this is where the pressure and look, and I know y'all don't like it, but they always come back to Carolina because that's what it's really about.
Oh man, you know what? You had a good 20 minutes.
This is what it is. Look, everything that we talk about on the show always come back to here. It's always about the Carolina Panthers, right? But this is where the pressure is on. So look, if the Seahawks get it done against Minnesota, which I like their chances here, playing at home and whatnot, I like it, right? Man, I mean, we gotta get it done. We look. If they drop this game, Carolina drop this game, they done. It's over. But I think the Seahawks are putting the pressure on right here, and they got a better matchup, And I think I like the Seahawks in this game. I like Lockett and I like Baldwin. And, I like what they're doing in Seattle.
Hey, to me, it looked like the Vikings were outmatched just over in Foxborough. They just look like I don't think that the Patriots was that much better than them. They don't do good on the road.
Yeah,
you definitely ain't gonna have that. No, it's gonna be hostile in CenturyLink too. So, man, unfortunately, I just think Vikings take another L, man.
Look, the only thing about the Vikings that I like, Glass, is and I don't know, this might provide some matchup nightmare for Seattle, but the combination of Thielen and Rudolph and Diggs, I guess you can throw him in there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit of a matchup nightmare, especially for a team like Seattle. You know what I mean? But maybe they built to run with those guys. I don't know, but I don't think Thielen is just man. I'm just thinking somebody on the Seahawks team right now who can stop him, and I don't know. I think he might be a little bit of a problem. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, you got to put Minnesota up in there, be potent. But then again, Seahawks, we didn't see that. The way they started the season, I didn't see them coming up being able to get a wild card snatch. But then if the Seahawks win this game, they own the tiebreak against all the NFC teams in the playoffs behind them. That include the Packers, Panthers, Vikings, and Cowboys.
Yeah.
So with that being said, they got more of a goal in order to win this game. It's going to be a close game. If the Vikings get out in the big league, they got it.
Yeah.
But if the Seahawks stay close like they always been doing, Russell Wilson's going to find a way to win that game. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Seahawks on this one.
I'm always surprised, especially like, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, that, you know, teams get into this thing with Seattle and give Russell Wilson more than a minute and a half on the clock. Like how do you do that? Like you've seen what this dude does every single time that you put him in a situation like that. And I've seen it time and time again. And this is the reason why I'm gonna be cheering for Minnesota. But I think if they give Russell Wilson the ball at the end of the game, then the Seahawks gonna win. I mean, like they know how to manage the clock and stuff like that better than just about anybody in the league when it comes to closing the game out. It's a close one anyway, you know. So, you know, that's what they're going to have to learn how to do in Minnesota and in other places where they get into these, especially like with Minnesota toward the end of the year, they always suffer some super heartbreaking defeat somewhere at the end of the season, whether it's a missed field goal or whatever the case may be. And this looked like it might be the week that it happens. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know? Diego says, Kirk Cousins don't win big ones. He'll put 400 yards against Buffalo or somebody in week 5, but not against good teams when it counts. But I did like what he said here. He said that if they beat Minnesota with the 49ers and Cards left on the schedule, it would have to be a collapse for the Seahawks not to make it. And that's not good for me and what I'm trying to do. So, you know what I mean?
Well, you shouldn't have lost the head-to-head to him then. You should have.
I should have lost that, and I should have lost a couple other ones, but we did. We in that.
Well, I remember telling you that if you lost against the Seahawks, it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. I mean, you know, well, we can't go back and change that, right? You know, we got to do what we got to do now. So it is what it is. Jimmy, which way were you going on this game?
I'm taking Seahawks.
Ooh. Them cigars tasting good right now.
Look,
boy.
You know what? I'm just sitting there thinking about it. I mean, you know, but look, we still got games to play. We still got games to play. You know, so it's all good. All right, what else you got?
That's it.
That is it.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's straight. So we got some good games this week. Hopefully, like I said, I'm gonna be rooting for Minnesota. I'm gonna be rooting for whoever playing against Dallas as well. I'm rooting for the Eagles this week. I'm rooting for the Vikings this week. And, of course, I'm rooting for the Panthers to finally snap out of the funk they're in right now and get something done.
Hey, before we go, man, give Jameis Winston some props.
Do we really? Do we really have to do that?
Jameis Winston, baby. Jameis.
Do we really have to do that?
He ate a dub. He had it. He got a dub. He ate a dub. Hey, now. Yeah.
So this is what he need to do. This is what he need to do. If he that good when it don't matter. If he that good when it don't matter. I saw you throwing up his stats and the graphics and all that. But it's great. But it don't matter. Hey, it don't matter. What was this 5 weeks ago?
I like how it built all the way up to him kicking y'all's ass.
Man, please.
All the way up.
It built up to that. That's what it is.
All the way up to kicking y'all's ass.
But you know what? Like it don't matter that he playing well now. He should have been playing well 5 weeks ago.
Check it out.
He should have been playing well 7 weeks ago. Too busy. He's on the bench.
Cam Newton threw 4 picks. We got to get out the air, man. I can do this all.
Look. I think Jabbo. I think his interception kind of still higher than Cam's at this moment. I do believe.
None that game though. How about that?
It's all good. Anyway,
he threw touchdowns, bro.
Wow, that's what we doing.
got 2 of your coordinators canned.
Wow, is that what happened right there?
That is true.
Is this what happened? Since you want to be a comedian, you got jokes right now. Go ahead,
Jamie. Tell you what it was.
Just put yourself
over. You watched
it.
I watched it.
Look, I saw it. Okay, go ahead, put yourself over. You know.
Hey, man. Thanks to everybody who came out tonight. People in the comment section, people that's watching on various facets of the internet. Thank you so much. You can always find me here on Live on Wednesdays or on Twitter as Raven Shogun. Peace.
Yeah, so it sounds good. Glass, look, man. I know the website. I already got that in my cart. But I'm saying I ain't ready to push the button yet because I got a feeling I might not have to. I don't
want you to push the button. I want you to go through this agony.
Right? So it's sitting there, and I got the mouse hovering right over it. I'm not gonna push the button yet, though. I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead and put yourself on.
Glass, I love the dummy bet, man. You smooth.
I know when to pick him. I know, like, hey, wait. The bad thing about it, well, the good thing about it, I didn't even pick the bet.
He did.
Yes.
He did.
But look, we still got we got 4 weeks to get the football left. I'm saying we good.
Okay. Anyway, we appreciate everybody joining the show. Seahawks, Brazino, Path of God, Diego, LBH. Appreciate y'all joining in. But if you don't see me here with my brothers here, Big QJB on TeamBoydTV live, you could catch me on my channel where I share with my brother Brandon at Get With It Sports 2, down the dial on the YouTube channel. You catch me there. You can catch me on Twitter, me, Get With It Sports, my partner at LEB412. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Get With It Sports. And you can, if you need to get in contact with me, you can hit me on the email at getwithitsports2. That's number 2 at gmail.com. I think I covered everything.
You covered it.
All right.
Seahawks Brazino says, shout out to you guys. I appreciate the shout. And Josh says, y'all have a good night, boys. You too, Josh. I'll holler at you when I see you. You know, Diego says, good show as always, fellas. Like, y'all fellas, y'all keep it gangsters for us. We definitely appreciate it.
Hey, come on the show, Diego.
Yeah, we got to get him in. We got to get him in and Hank back on the show. Because we need somebody to share my agony and share my pain, you know. But it's all good. But Hank probably gonna come because if we don't make the playoffs, he might be like, why? Why would I do that? Anyway, you guys have been awesome as always. Lord willing, we'll see y'all here next Wednesday, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, and we'll see if I push that button on Glass and Cigars or not. Y'all been good as always. We'll holler at y'all next week. Take it easy. Peace. All right, football fans, the 2018 Team Boyd TV online programming campaign has begun. Team Boyd TV Live will be airing live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We also have the Team Boyd TV presents the Black and Blue podcast, which will be airing on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We also have Team Boyd TV Game Time, which are picks for the week, which will be airing on Saturdays. Follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Also subscribe to us on Twitch for all your NFL coverage for 2018.